This week's episode of the Equestria Inquirer is brought to you by giant frickin' slingshots. You know you want one.
This just in! Applejack has launched the first ever Martian space probe. In cooperation with the newly formed Equestrian Space Administration, Applejack intends to send a highly sensitive surveying device, also known as Applebloom, beyond the planet's gravitational pull and onto the surface of Mars, so that we might fully answer that age-old question, are there apples on Mars? Applejack intends to do this by bucking the hay out of Applebloom. Scootaloo has volunteered to provide 40,000 kilograms of nitroglycerin to enhance Applejack's kick to orbit-breaking velocity, and hopes that Applebloom gets her cutie mark in Martian exploration. That or exploding into 1,000 pieces in a catastrophic mission failure. Either way, it should be really interesting to watch. I'm Joe Stevens, and this is the Equestrian Inquirer. Evening, Ponyville. Big news this week. And no, I'm not referring to Fluttershy getting a license to kill. That's highly classified and shame on you for talking about it. I am referring to a litany of charges too crazy to comprehend. First off, this year's rock crop is sorely short on estimates. Rock farms across Equestria are blaming severe drought conditions on the poor rock yield, and expect commodity prices of whatever it is you farm rocks for to nearly double. More importantly, on the economic news, the Great and Powerful Trixie has lost her copyright claim to the name The Great and Powerful Trixie. Yes, apparently a pony in Ponyopolis by the name The Great and Powerful Dave has already filed the copyright on that name and successfully defended his claim in court. With the loss of her ability to be called The Great and Powerful Trixie, Trixie is now considering alternative names. Titles such as Marginally Exceptional but Not That Impressive Trixie, The High Expectations But Ultimate Letdown Trixie, and Albert Pujols have been met with little regard. More importantly, there is a development on Celestia's bid to gain democratic approval of her autocratic rule. As reported last week, Princess Luna has successfully lobbied for there to be general elections to decide if Equestria should be a republic under Luna or an autocratic monarchy under Celestia. The election has pitted Celestiacrats against Lupublicans, and already the race is getting very political. Princess Luna is saying that Princess Celestia is utilizing the defeat of Discord too much, and politicizing this action. Princess Celestia maintains that it was she that made the tough call to send the main Team 6 to defeat Discord, and questions whether Princess Luna would have made a similar decision. But even more important than that is a growing worry in Equestria that we're all too familiar with, and that's the People's Liberation Army of China. Attempts to assassinate Rainbow Dash by poorly disguised Chinese fail ninjas, compounded with the revelation that Rainbow Dash's Sonic Rain Boom was actually endorsed by the Celestia administration at the royal wedding, have put the two nations on edge. In a press release, President Hu Jintao of China stated, Princess Celestia has previously vowed to keep Rainbow Dash contained. By not stripping this weapon of mass destruction of her tremendous danger, Equestria has shown that they are a true threat to world peace. The Chinese military claims that Rainbow Dash's Sonic Rain Boom at the royal wedding was a show of force, and not just a gloriously beautiful homage to the hope for the love between the new couple. Some consider this a danger. Even the manliest brony in the world is concerned. Here is the manliest brony in the world giving his take on the danger.
There are reports that the People's Republic of China has labeled Rainbow Dash as a weapon of mass destruction. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, she is.
I agree, yeah.
Yeah. Well, she is. Yeah.
I'm not sure
Rain
what
nuke
China's...
and all.
Yeah, rain
I'm
nuke.
not sure what China is going to do about it.
They can't do anything. They cannot stand in the way of love and tolerance or rain nukes. They just can't. Okay? They have nothing.
I mean, have you seen how good she's getting at the Sonic Rain Boom these days?
Yeah.
You can just like fly up and do
Not only is she doing it on call,
Instantly
on call, but she's doing it vertically going up. She's not using gravity to help. She's going up now. Okay.
Man.
So it's like, okay, she's fighting gravity and still doing it. So she's like really working out.
Man.
Yeah. Totally agree with that one, EQI.
China, good luck.
China, good luck with that. You ain't gonna, yeah. You ain't keeping Rainbow Dash out of China anymore. Not happening.
Now, the portal between Equestria and the planet Earth resides in the town of Humansville, Missouri. But that has not stopped the Chinese government from fearing for equestrian imperial conquests. Of course, Princess Celestia has claimed nothing but peace and harmony, and wishes no ill will towards the Chinese people. That is why, in an effort to broker peace, Princess Celestia will for the second time travel to Beijing to speak with Chinese leaders. Celestia quotes, I can only hope that this visit will assure the Chinese people that ponies want nothing more than love and tolerance. And please stop sending Chinese assassins and computer hackers. We don't have computers, and those assassins are hilariously terrible, and avoiding them is giving Rainbow Dash too much of an ego. Celestia hopes to visit with key leaders and ensure the peace of the imaginary states of the People's Republic of China and Equestria. We can all hope that this is a successful mission of continued harmony. And here is TechRat with this week's Mares in a Minute.
Domo arigato, Mr. Jobato. Fluttershy's animal preserve became gripped in chaos this past week, as its inhabitants became locked in a bizarre civil war. It seems that it all started when Fluttershy installed a new pig pen right next to her open-air aviary. The noise and stench emanating from her herd of swine apparently annoyed her normally peaceful flock of colorful birds, and these irate fowls began launching themselves at the pesky porkers in retaliation. Fluttershy attempted to protect her pigs by hiding them behind an increasingly complex series of rickety structures. However, the birds always seemed to know exactly where to ram into the wooden planks to make them collapse, causing her pigs to be crushed to death under the falling debris. As bizarre as this all sounds, it gets even stranger. Ponies walking by became captivated by these bizarre attacks, and many of them began picking up birds themselves and tossing them into these structures in an attempt to knock them over. The Cutie Mark Crusaders even built a giant freaking slingshot in a field next to Fluttershy's house, and started using that to launch feathered creatures into the structures. In fact, this became so popular that they started selling chances for other ponies to try it out. They currently have two payment options available. 99 cents gets you unlimited tries, or you can play for free, and Sweetie Belle will stand in front of you and hold up signs for local businesses. However, not everybody approves of Ponyville's newest attraction. Rarity has been complaining, that she can hear the commotion all the way at her boutique. As a matter of fact, she says it's very distracting when she's trying to sort through her gems. She says it takes a lot of effort to lay all of her gems out in a big square grid, and hearing the screams of the chickens makes it very difficult for her to concentrate on finding groups of 3 or more. As an aside, I wasn't aware the chickens could scream, but I suppose that anything would scream when you launched it from a giant fricking slingshot. In the meantime, the Cutie Mark Crusaders say they're having too much fun to stop. They say this activity is much more enjoyable than their previous activity of putting Angel Bunny in a box, suspending a carrot over his head via a complicated web of twine, and then attempting to snip the twine so that the carrot falls into Angel's waiting mouth. Apparently none of them were very good at this, and as a result, Angel nearly starved to death. As for me, I personally don't see what all the attraction is. I think it's kind of repetitive and boring if you ask me. I'd rather hang out with Applejack and Rainbow Dash, who have taken to passing the time by tossing baskets of fruit up into the air and then karate chopping them like some kind of produce samurai. Of course, Rainbow Dash thought it would be fun to mix bombs in with the fruit, which is totally insane and totally awesome. And besides, why would anybody want to harm those sweet, innocent pigs anyway? As a matter of fact, I have one of the adorable guys right here. Look at him. Isn't he so cute? Please, every pony, don't quash me under a ton of wobble. Oh, I love you. Aww. We'll go back to Joe so he can introduce a brand new segment in just a moment. But right now, a word from our sponsor.
Holy crow! Giant freaking slingshots! We make giant freaking slingshots now! Not small slingshots, not even large slingshots. Giant freaking slingshots! This has got to be the awesomest thing ever! You can launch anything from a giant freaking slingshot. Animals, carriages, even your mother-in-law. Just imagine the possibilities. You need to get somewhere in a hurry? You can launch yourself from a giant freaking slingshot and cross Ponyville in 10 seconds flat. So what are you waiting for? You know you need to get yourself one of these. It's a giant freaking slingshot. A giant freaking slingshot!
Fillies and gentle colts, we have a new segment. It was supposed to be cooking with Sweetie Belle, but we're still trying to figure out how cooking a batch of muffins was able to send our kitchen into another dimension. We all hope Sweetie Belle returns safely, but now we actually have an even better segment. Joining us this week is our very special guest, Saberspark, with Cooking with Saberspark.
Well, hello there, EQI viewers. My name is Saberspark, and this is my kitchen. This new segment of the show is called Pony Pastries for People, where I strive for 100% accuracy for authentic equestrian cuisine. Now, let's get to cooking. Today, I'm going to be cooking Applejack apple muffins, a fantastic dessert, brought to you by Applejack herself. Now, there are a couple of key ingredients that you need for these tasty little treats. Now, in order to make these muffins, there are a couple of things that you need. First off, some eggs, courtesy of the local market. Next is the sugar. After that is the flour. After that is the mixing bowl, very much needed. Then some milk, I guess. And last but not least, the apple for the muffins. Now, since we strive for 100% authenticity here and Pony Pastries for People, I'm gonna wear these bad boys as a substitute for hands. Hooves. Alright, ladies and gentle colts, it's time to get to cooking. Now, step one says, pour flour into bowl. Okay, let's do this. Pour flour into bowl. Okay, flour in the bowl. Got this. Easy as Sunday morning. Alright. We'll just leave the bag in there too. Never hurts to go above and beyond the call of duty. Alright, Applejack's apple muffins, step 2. Add some sugar. Okay, got some sugar right here. Oh, wait a second, this is salt! Oh, looks like I bought the wrong stuff here. Okay, well, a pinch of salt, just a pinch, never hurt anybody. So, let's get that in there. Come on, hose, don't let me down. There we go. Just a pinch of salt in the thing and... Come on. There we go. Guys, look at this so far. This is looking so good. Okay. Enough of the sugar. Time for step 3. For Applejack apple muffins, you need to add some milk. Wait, milk already? Okay, well, why not? There's no way I can open this at all. How do these ponies do it? There's no way they can open this with hooves. How do they do this? How can they even cook with hooves? This is just... Oh, 100% authenticity in my butt. God. You know what I always wondered? How could the ponies open up doors when they have door handles? Unless all the doors are push and pull, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, add milk. Well, they didn't say it had to be poured. There we go. Alright. Step 4. Add some eggs. Well, that should be easy enough. Let's go ahead and move this right over there. Oh, God. There we go. Oh, man, that's looking so good. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that. That's what you call a good mix of batter. All right. Now, step 4 or 5. Wait a second, we got an egg here. We'll just go ahead and add this in there too for that crunch. All right. Step 5, bake. Hold it. I don't actually own an oven, so I don't think we can make muffins. Probably should have thought that out before making this mess. Well, what do we do now, Joe? So things didn't go according to plan today, but that's okay. That's part of the culinary arts. To experiment with certain foods and see what works for you. But you know what? You can join me next time in Saber Sparks' kitchen as I get to cook some... what was that again? Rainbow Dash cupcakes here in Pony Pastries for People. Wait, what?
Princess Celestia hopes her visit with the Chinese government is successful and wants every pony to witness the peace negotiations. As such, she is bringing in a group of trained journalists along to provide up-to-the-minute stories of the highest truth and integrity. She's also invited the Equestria Inquirer. That's right! Next week, I, Joe Stevens, will be broadcasting from China. We will provide the story of Celestia's visit, chronicle the de-weaponization of Rainbow Dash, and do our best to figure out how to order burritos in Mandarin. We'll have the story and the indigestion right here. If I'm not arrested or destroyed when Rainbow Dash inevitably starts a thermonuclear war. Stay tuned. I'm Joe Stevens, and this has been the Equestria Inquirer. Good night, and good buck.
Oh!